As we mentioned at the top of the hour, Madison voters have selected a new mayor. Satya Rhodes-Conway bested longtime Madison Mayor Paul Soglin by 62% to 38% of the vote.
The mayor-elect addressed the media in her first news conference over the noon hour, and we had the chance to sit down with Satya Rhodes-Conway to talk about her victory and her plans for the city of Madison. How are you feeling? Did you get any sleep last night?
I'm feeling good. I did not get a lot of sleep, and we started very early this morning.
Well, at the news conference today, you introduced yourself and said, "I'm Satya Rhodes-Conway, and I am the next mayor of Madison." How did that feel?
It's pretty exciting, honestly. I'm a little overwhelming, but I'm really excited to get to work. And like I said, we've already had a number of meetings this morning and a number more scheduled this afternoon, and we'll just be pushing through the 2 weeks that we get for transition.
Did you think the vote margin would be that great?
I had no idea. I actually did not expect it to be called as soon as it was. I thought it would be much later at night. Yeah.
You met with Mayor Soglin this morning.
I did.
And what did the two of you talk about?
We talked about a number of things. He was very gracious, and he is just facilitating a very smooth transition. We've already met with HR and IT, and we're underway. We met with a number of different department and division heads, and the mayor and I went over a short list of things that he wanted to make sure that I knew about right away.
What are your priorities going to be from day one on?
Well, so the priority for the transition is to make sure that we get a great team in place. Another big focus is going to be making sure that we build the good, strong relationships that we're going to need to collaborate moving forward. So I've already reached out to the new city council, and we'll be setting up meetings with them. I'll be talking with County Executive Parisi, and hope to reach out to all the leadership of the surrounding municipalities. There's a lot to do there. There's a lot of relationships to make sure that we build, and we'll be focused on that.
You've had a busy 12 hours.
Yes. Yeah, and I should probably apologize to all the people who are blowing up my phone with text messages, because I haven't gotten back to any of them yet.
So of your campaign promises, what can you put them in priority? What do you have something that you're really going to push forward right away? That mass transit or climate? We talked a lot about affordable housing and transit, and we talked about racial equity and climate change. And one of the nice things about those 4 priorities is that they are all interrelated. So we are going to have to tackle them all together, and stay tuned for more specifics on what we hope to do in the first 100 days.
You moved here 20 years ago, was it?
Almost now.
Like so many of us came here and then finally felt like we were home and stayed. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes happening in Madison over the past 20 years. So what is your vision for our community?
You know, what we've been talking about and what still remains true in my heart is that Madison needs to be a place where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. And there's a lot that goes into that, but our incredible quality of life has to be something that is available to everyone who lives here. We're working on that.
In your job with the university, you talk to mayors all over the country. What's out there that you were exposed to that you maybe want to implement here?
Oh boy, how long do you have? There's a whole list of good ideas. You know, there's a sort of a handful of affordable housing solutions that we'll be looking at right away to see what's applicable here. Certainly, we've talked a lot about bus rapid transit. That's something that is working in places like Eugene, Oregon, and Grand Rapids, Michigan, and even Boston and Cleveland. And so, you know, we'll be pulling, I think, the best ideas from across the country, and I'm really looking forward to talking with mayors in a different role now, and learning from them. One of the things that the mayor and I talked about this morning was the city's relationship with the National League of Cities and the U.S. Conference of Mayors. So I'm hoping to get more information from him about how we can build on those.
Best of luck to you.
Mayor,
thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Looking forward to the next 4 years at least.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
One thing that's interesting is I had never met anyone named Satya before, so I asked her about her first name, and I asked her if it was a family name, and she said it's actually Sanskrit, and it is the Sanskrit word for truth. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a given name.
Yeah,
but
I thought that was interesting.
Very interesting indeed. All right, we'll have a final check your forecast coming up.